Okay, now we will be discussing about the first method or first type of the problem in the sequencing, that is n jobs on two machines. Also, it is called as the Johnson's rule. Okay, here they will be giving six jobs, that is, and they are given two machines, machine A and machine B. Machine A is turning, machine B is threading. Okay, now here we will be finding they will be giving this table here, and they will be ask you to find out the total elapsed time. Total elapsed time and idle time of each machine. They will be giving n jobs and they will be giving two machines, and they will be asking you to find out total elapsed time and idle time of each machine. Okay, now we need to find out first the sequence. First step is we need to find out the sequence of jobs that has to be processed on each and every machine. Okay, now as you look in the table, okay, first the rule says look into the minimum value of the processing time. These are processing times, 3, 12, 5, 2, 9 and 11. Now these are nothing but processing times of each job on each and every machine. Okay, first we need to look on the processing times. Okay, first thing is you need to look into the least processing time. What is the least processing time? In these values are 1. 1 is the least processing time, and this is for job 6 on machine B. This is for job 6 on machine B, and this must be considered first. This must be considered first as per Johnson's rule. Okay, now sixth job is the first considered job on machine B. Okay, here this one value is at the right side of the table, that is at the threading part here. The first we need to consider this one. Okay, now this job must be placed first at any sequence, at any sequence of the jobs. Okay, sixth job must be placed at the right top, right? That means we need to make some blocks, 6 blocks. Okay, 1, 2, these blocks will be based on the number of jobs here. Okay, here 6 job must be placed in any one of the sequence of the order. Okay, here 6 job, this one is at the right side of the table, and this job must be placed at the right side. That is first consider must be at the right side of the sequence of the order. Next, you need to omit this 6th job and go for the other jobs. Okay, here in the other part, okay, what is the next minimum processing time? Okay, this is 2 is the next minimum processing time. Okay, this is for job 4 at the left side. Job 4 at the left side, that is at in the turning machine. That is 2 is for job 4, the left side. That means this 4 job must be placed at the left side. That is 4. This must be placed at the left end. Next, we need to omit this 4th job and go for the other processing times. Okay, in these other processing times, okay, the next minimum processing time is 3. Okay, 3 is only one for job 1 and other is 1 for job 5. Okay, now in this one, okay, job 1 and job 5 are having 3 processing times. Okay, here it is for left side and here it is for right side. Okay, here 1 must be kept at the left and fifth job must be kept at the right side. That means this one. and these must be omitted. 1, 4, 5, 6 already sequenced, and these must be omitted for next consideration. Okay, next one is 2 and 3 jobs. Okay, here in this 12, 10, 5, 9, 5 is the next minimum processing time, and it is at the left side. That must be considered first, and it is at the left side of the table, and here it is 3. Okay, this is over, and the remaining one is second and must be placed here. And this is the sequence of the job, that is 4, 1, 3, 2, 5, 6 is the sequence. Okay, here we can write it as 1, 4, 1, 3, 2, 5, 6. So this is the sequence of the job, and this is the half part of the job that has completed. Okay, now we need to find out the next one is total elapsed time. Okay, here first we need to set the job sequence first. Job sequence as per the obtained one, is 4, 1, 3, 2, 5, 6. Okay, and machine B. Okay, here we need to divide this machine A and machine B in 2 columns, that is in, out, in out. Okay, first in this fourth, this is the first sequence of the job, 4, 1, 3, 2, 5, 6 and all. Okay, here in this one, for every first job, the in value will be 0. The in value will be 0 for every first job in the machine A. Okay, that is at the in section. These are nothing but the time of the processing. Okay, for 4 job on machine A, what is the value we need to add for this 0? Okay, for 4 job on machine A is 2. That is 2 is it may be in hours, or it may be in minutes, or it may be in seconds also. Okay, 0 plus 2 is 2. Okay, and the same 2 must be taken for the machine B in section. That is in time of the 4th job, that is 2. Here, and for 4th job, the processing time of on the machine B is 6. This must be added to this 2. That is 2 plus 6, it is 8. Okay, and next sequence of job is first 1. Okay, 1. Okay, here it must be processed on machine A here. Cannot again start 0 here, as already for the 4th job is already in the machine A. So that must be the in time of the machine job 1 on machine A must be more than 2 or more than 2. Okay, and we will be taking it as a 2 because of the kind of assumptions taken in the assumption part. Okay, that is the in time of the job 1 on the machine A will be 2. Okay, now machine job 1, the processing time of job 1 on machine A is 3. That must be added, this 3 must be added to this 2. That is 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, here, and the next in time of this job 1 on the machine A cannot be 5 itself, because already the job 4 is on the job machine B. That is on the 5th minute. In the 5th minute, the job 4 will be on the machine B. That means we cannot write 5 here. Okay, we must write it as a 8, because after as per assumption, after the processing of job 4 only, we can process job 1 on the machine B. Okay, that is 8. Okay, now processing time of job 1 on machine B is 8. That means 8 must be added here. 8 plus 8, it is 16. And again do the same thing. Okay, in this job 3, that is 5 plus 5 is 10. 5 plus 5 is 10 here. Okay, the processing time of for job 3 on machine B is 9 here. Okay, here we need to take it as whichever big it is, we need to take this 16. 16 plus 9 is 25. Okay, now next sequence of job is second one. Okay, again we need to take it as 10 here. Okay, 10 plus 12 is 22. Okay, in this one, the in time of job 2 on machine B is 25. You cannot be 22 as per assumptions, as per rule here. Okay, 25. Okay, here the processing time of job 2 on machine B is 10. That is 25 plus 10 is 35. Next, fifth job, you can take it as 22. Fifth job on machine A is 9. 29, 22 plus 9 is 31. Again do the same thing. Okay, fifth one on job 5 on machine B is 35 plus 3, that is 38. Next, sixth job, 31 plus 11, it is 42. 42 and 38 will be taken as a 42. We cannot take it as 38 because already the job 6 on the 38 minute, the job 6 will be on the machine A. That means we need to take it on the higher side of the value. 42 plus 1, that is 43. Okay, this 43 is nothing but total elapsed time is 43. It may be hours, it may be minutes, or it may be anything as per given. That is total elapsed time. Now we will be going for calculation of idle time. Calculation of idle time. Idle time of machine A. Machine A is equal to total elapsed time minus processing time of machine A. Means the total time taken on machine A, that is, we need to add this. Okay, that is 43 minus 222, 42. Okay, total is 42 here. It is 1 hour. And idle time of machine B, apply the same formula. That is, obviously total elapsed time is 43 minus the total of this one is 38 plus 9. Now it is 6 hours. Here this is 37. 37 is nothing but total of the total processing time of on machine B, and 42 is total processing time of machine A. Okay, we need to subtract this into the total elapsed time for finding out the idle time of machines. Okay, this is about the n jobs on two machines, or can be called as a Johnson's rule.